like 2 seconds before I just go in.
All right, ready?
Yeah. Hello, and thanks for checking out today's show. I'm Lamar Bridges. He's Cross. This is a show where we talk about various subjects like video games, movies, and TV. Today, we will be talking about a multitude of topics, mostly about games like Forspoken and how did it receive to the public. You want to talk about Rocksteady?
Yeah, if you want to kick it off with the DC forefront, because there's quite a few things that have been happening.
Yeah. So, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Bad news. There's a battle pass for it.
At least that's what the screenshot. Somebody they did like a data mine or some kind of hacker or whatever
leak for it.
Yeah.
And then I heard on Twitter they blocked the guy.
Yeah, I heard about that too. But it's already out there now. So what y'all gonna do about it? We don't know. And we care, but I mean at this point, I care. Yeah. But at this point, games have been kind of letting me down. Yeah. Like I said, like last year, and we don't know what this year holds for video games. Like this which would lead me into the whole Forspoken situation. But I mean, I'll talk about that a little bit later. We can finish this whole DC thing first.
So the battle pass for Suicide Squad, the so-called battle pass, we're not sure if it's actually going to happen or if it won't. Unfortunately, because of this leak, it's already making a lot of us like, no, we don't want to do it. We don't want to buy it. I think if they make it a battle pass, the game should be free.
Yeah, it'd be a free-to-play game. But then they going to have it where you got to buy, you're going to buy them little coins and stuff to level up or get new costumes. It's going to turn into that thing, and I don't want that game to turn into that. They need to just scrap that idea, but it's too late. May is around the corner. We in February. It's like, how would you overturn that? It's a little too late now.
Yeah.
Unless they delay it.
Again. Delay it for what, third time? Or will this be the second time?
We'll see how it goes and just release the game. We'll see what happens. Because, like I said, everybody following this whole Marvel Avengers trend. So, I don't know. Well, they didn't start the trend, but it was our beloved superheroes. That's what I guess because Gotham Knights kind of fell into that category too. But they quickly was like, all right, it didn't work for them. Let's switch it up. And then now you got Suicide Squad, which is Rocksteady that's supposed to be better than Gotham Knights. So because everybody been talking trash about Gotham Knights and how that game wasn't so good or the combat it wasn't like Arkham Asylum or anything like that. And now you got Rocksteady, which is a phenomenal game developer that had their hand in the whole Gotham doing Suicide Squad. So
which is probably why that's why they thought sneaking in this battle pass would work, because Rocksteady's a bigger production team than WB Games.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, but they don't do their research on stuff like that. Y'all just overlook research and things that failed and things that have worked.
Right.
Just release the game. Let's see what happens. I had high hopes for a lot of games. I try to keep my expectations low because companies are known to step all over your
EA.
You know what I'm saying? They'll crush your dreams and shatter your dimensions. So I mean, hey, let's see what happens because but I hope it's good. I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna actually kill the Justice League, which would be crazy. But,
I agree. I think we said that in the last video. We were trying to wonder what tactics they'll be able to do to fight the Flash, fight Batman, fight a serious Superman.
Yeah.
Those are a lot of questions. And I still think Wonder Woman's going to be helping them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still think they're going to have her be like the hero that didn't get corrupted, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, she might be. I'm just thinking about the costumes that they can put, and they gonna
And
sell
it's
them
gonna be a
everything.
paywall.
Oh, that just hurts my
It's
soul,
gonna be a
man.
paywall to get the black and white Superman
Yeah,
outfit.
yeah, yep, yeah. It's gonna be like that. They gonna have it.
It's gonna be a paywall to see Batman in his animated series suit
Yep. Or
if they
even
do that.
Deadshot in his whatever suits he had,
Yeah,
and Harley Quinn in the old school black and red outfit.
yeah, with the
I
mallet.
don't know what the Shark dude, Shark King. I don't know what other outfits I don't follow that dude. I don't really care for that dude as a character, but I get his position. He's
Yeah,
supposed to be the big brute,
the tank.
kind of dumb, ain't he? And he not very
Yeah,
intelligent.
yeah.
And then Boomerang, which is the comedy relief, I guess.
Mhm.
He's more the and it looked like it's gonna be a third person shooter, or because from what I seen some
Yeah, it
gameplay. It's gonna
does.
be a third person like shooter. I seen Deadpool shooting.
Yeah, yeah. And then the shark, King Shark,
Yeah, sure.
had the mini
It was a
gun.
Gatling gun. Yeah.
Yeah, the mini.
Mhm.
But hopefully it's not like an outrageous price, because games are now starting to become 70 and up.
Yeah.
Look at Hogwarts Legacy. I'm actually waiting for it, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy for console, it's like $70 and up. You want the basic, 70. You want the deluxe, 80,
Yeah.
85 maybe. And then like anything above that, like almost $100.
In the hundreds, yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully with Suicide Squad, they just decide, let's keep it a fair price,
Yeah.
$60, especially for PS5, Xbox One S, and Series X and stuff. And especially PC.
It'll be a trip if that game doesn't live up to the expectations of everybody. It'll be so many crushed individuals out there. Cause like we already started this year kind of messed up with the whole Forspoken fiasco.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I like Forspoken. I like the
You liked
Forspoken game.
Forspoken.
Yeah. I like the story. The story is okay.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna say it was the best story. I'm pretty sure they could have got some better writers. And now when I found out like certain people were doing the story for it, I know that they said that the lady that did Uncharted wrote the story or wrote some pieces or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Then it was like other people. Then when it seemed like in the route that they were going, it seemed like they had two different teams working on two different things, and then they try to compile everything. It's like they never talk to each other about certain situations. Like, oh, how should we have this character do this? Oh, we should do it like this. They never had that conversation. They kind of just brought their ideas and say, hey, here's the idea. Here you go. Sell it.
I'm slanging ideas.
But I like the game. I like the story. It's
okay.
It's an Alice in Wonderland. I mean, you pretty much get that from the beginning of the game when you first start. She picks up a book and it says Alice in Wonderland on it. So it's like a little reference piece. Like as soon as you start the game, it's like in the very beginning, and it kind of lets you know that that's where they're going with it, and you feel it. You feel like okay, she went there. You know, when the girl first gets there, her name is excuse me. When the girl gets there, damn, what's her name? I don't even remember the girl's name. That's sad. But when you play it and you see her going through her problems, and you look at her background and see that was an orphan or whatever was left, and her parents left her and things of that such. She had a pretty shitty life. Okay. And she kind of gets sucked into this world, and it kind of like it's supposed to make everything better, and or at least she's supposed to be in the shoes of
Frey.
Yeah, Frey. I forgot her damn name. Frey. He said the cuff, which is his name. It's a little bracelet you wear, a cuff. Yeah. He's on your wrist and he's pretty much talking to you. My thing is, I don't know if anybody else can hear him. Cause I know she hears him.
It's just her.
Yeah, it's like that's another thing I was kind of confused. I know one part of the story when he said something, and then the lady that was leaving was like, "Did you say something?" And she was like, "No, I didn't say nothing." And I'm like, "So can people hear?" Because then other times she's having conversations with people, they're talking to him. The cuff thing is talking to her, and
No
nobody
one's
else is saying.
acknowledging
Yeah,
it.
it's like, so I'm like, maybe
Okay.
they can't hear him. But point
Maybe.
is, Frey is cool. She's a pretty much character that's pretty much down on her luck, by a lot.
By a lot.
Yeah, she's down on luck by a lot.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because it got some dumb shit in there. Like, I like the combat. The combat is, to me, it's fluid. It's
Okay.
fluid enough. It reminds me of Infamous in a lot of ways with the whole shooting, because she's shooting from her hand just like Infamous. He shoot the electricity from his hands, and
Okay.
he you do different moves, and as you using the trigger to fight using the R2.
Okay.
And
you get melee too, right?
Huh?
You do melee as well, right?
Yeah, you can switch it, but you get that later. Yeah, you get it later. When you beat your first boss, you get like a melee style, because you have two different styles. I think I'm on like chapter, I want to say 7 or 8, one of those, and I beat my first major boss.
Yeah.
Because you fight a dragon in the first beginning. And it's like, she cusses. I mean, but it's not, some of it is a little forced or outrageous.
Okay.
But like when you first start the game, or when you first make it to the I forgot the name of the world too. Not really helping the argument, but you fight a dragon. She's, oh, that's a big ass fucking dragon, or is that a motherfucking dragon? So it's like a real person would say that, you know. But some of the writing, it felt like it was like, nah, that didn't work.
Okay.
But it wasn't major. It still worked. I still get what they're doing, what they're trying to do here.
Okay.
And then another gripe that I have though about the game is that you can't walk and talk. Like when she's talking to her bracelet cuff, when Freya's talking, she's talking to him, and it's like you can't move.
Stationary.
Yeah, like, but you can look around. Like you can use the analog camera to look around, but you can't move. And we've gotten past that stage of not making those kind of mistakes. Those are rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, our technology is too far developed for that. But like I said, that's a minor thing that they can probably patch if they do, depending on what's going on with the success of the game, which isn't really very successful. So
it's a lot of mixed reviews for this.
I don't think it's a lot of mixed anything. It's more negative than it's positive. They're talking about this is the worst game of the year. They already giving it that title.
Okay.
Yeah. So
are they now?
Yeah. So by the time we make our rounds to like summer or something,
this game might be dead on arrival.
Yeah, it might be. I think it is dead on arrival. I think I seen a clip somewhere saying this game is dead on arrival. There's a lot of people trashing the game, but I like it. It's cool, man. You know. If you don't care for it, then stay on your side. But I like it. Yeah. I like it.
I think
it works for me.
What it is like, you play the demo.
Yeah.
You get your 10 seconds in, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you play the game. Then you figure out like, oh yeah, I don't like this game, because there were the only bad reviews, or not even bad reviews. The only really thing people had to say before the game came out was how the game looked.
Yeah.
They were just talking like, oh, this game doesn't look like it should be a next-gen game.
Yeah. But
now that the game came out, a lot of people are hyper-focused.
Yeah.
Especially for a game you're paying $70 for. It's just like how we were talking about the linear games.
Yeah.
And I was saying, like, I don't think people should pay $60 for them, because it's linear. There's only so much these games will give you,
right,
compared to open world games like Call of Duty. Ooh, why are you paying $70 for Call of Duty? That game could have been a patch over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
But it's what they like. So it's just, because I'll be the first person to talk major trash about Call of Duty. But that's because I have to get the chance to play it first.
Yeah.
And then see, oh yeah, I really don't like this game. So I guess what people are doing with Forspoken, it does seem like everyone's kind of riding the coattail of this game is this game is that. I haven't heard too many bad things about the mechanics as far as gameplay. I just hear mostly about the story.
Yeah. What kills it is majority of the story. They keep everybody in the dialogue, the story dialogue. they say that they're trying to they're repeating themselves. Like they'll tell you one thing and then they'll tell you again later, or they'll show you a cutscene later about what they just told you about. And it's like, okay, it didn't bother me. Tell me, it didn't bother me. It was a lot of cutscenes, a lot of talking. God of War had a lot of talking in it, so I got used to it. You know what I'm saying? Yakuza has a lot of talking in it, and a lot of that you have to read, because they're not speaking English.
Yeah,
they're speaking in their native tongue and
Japanese.
Yeah, and you got to read all of that dialogue. And I was like, oh my god, my mind was so. And it's like this new one's coming out, the Ishin Dragon. I'm like, damn, do I want to put myself through that again? All that reading, and they have long cutscenes. Yeah. And then sometimes they'll do this thing where they're like, it'll be a cutscene, and then they'll go to where they're not even talking. It's like making this, and the words are being put
like a typewriter
on it. Yeah, and it's like, now you got to read that. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, did I buy a book or what? You know what I'm saying?
You did.
Like,
you did.
But the Forspoken has got a lot of talking in it. She talks to herself, and then they said it's a option on there where you can turn it off. I didn't try. Like I said, it didn't bother me because I played games where they talk too much. And it wasn't no thing. But I just played it. And they said the dialogue was shit. They said the stuff that was like unnecessary cussing, dialogue was bad. They keep trying to enforce like, okay, this is what we're doing. The character never really develops. That's most of the arguments would be she's surrounded by characters that we don't care about. There's no character growth in the main character Frey.
Yeah.
So it's been those issues, and I guess I see their points of views, but I think what caught me was mainly the gameplay, the traversal, the jumping around and flip. I felt like a superhero. Yeah, like it kept me involved. Like the story was like, I get it. I see why the complaints are there.
Yeah.
But the gameplay was like, hey, I'm moving over here. I'm doing this. I'm sliding on water. I'm doing. I'm blowing shit up, and then the world isn't so bad. They say it's empty. That's another complaint. Oh, the world is empty.
Yeah, I say Elden Ring's empty.
But it was a corruption thing that happened. Of course, the world is gonna be empty. There was something that was like killing. It was called. They call it the break. It's like a corruption. It killed everything. It was like the land is pretty much desolated. It was. You know what I'm saying? I get that, but I guess as far as activities, it's like little things you can do. They didn't. They made a big map, but it's not big enough where it's like it feels overwhelming. They give you certain sections. You complete as long as you complete the main story, you can access this section. It's kind of like how GTA 3 did. Remember when the bridge blew up?
Yeah.
And you couldn't go nowhere. You couldn't go past until you finished all these missions over in this island. Then you can move to the next island because they fixed the bridge suddenly.
They had enough time to do the rest.
Yeah. So you just progress the story, and I like that. It's an RPG game too. And I don't really care for RPG games, but I like this one. But you can buy it if you still feel the same way. Don't buy it. I'm not trying to convince you that it's a great game or anything like that. I just felt like I had a good time with it. It was a good experience for me. It didn't take itself too serious as far as the RPG aspect goes. It kept it where you can play the game. It's kind of linear in some aspects. And then I don't know. I liked it. I like Forspoken.
I heard there are times where cutscenes felt like it shouldn't have happened in that moment.
Yeah. He's right.
I haven't played it. I only played the demo, and from the demo, the gameplay, I liked it. It did remind me of Final Fantasy, but then again, all of this is from the teams of Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Is it 14? Yeah, I think it's 14.
There's one on Final Fantasy. They got so many of them. They could be on 100 right now. They could be on 100 for all we freaking know.
They might be.
For all we freaking know, they be shoot.
But I just think when the story kills you, then it's like, what else are you gonna search?
You lose your drive. You lose your drive when the story is no good, and I see that. I see it. I see the complaints. I feel it.
Yeah.
When I was playing, I was like, why did they do that? And then sometimes they fade to black on certain things. Like, why did they fade to black on certain aspects? And then I see it. Yeah. I see exactly what you're talking about. Do I think it should get worst game of the year?
No.
I don't think it shouldn't be up there with the other AAA games. The only reason why I got the worst game here because it's a AAA game. It was striving to be that AAA game.
A AAA game.
Yeah, it's that triple. So that's why it gets on the list. So it gets graded even harder because it's a AAA game.
Right.
And it's the first game of the year to kick the 2023 off. It was supposed to, the expectations was monumental. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they really was like, hey, this ain't what they was saying it was gonna be. So we gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, go and get the toilet paper. We about to, you know what I'm saying? That's what they did. That's what hurt them. They had that they had an expectation to meet and they didn't meet it. I see it. They didn't meet it. They didn't. But I don't think it get worst game of the year. We ain't even seen the other games come out yet.
True.
So it's like we're just starting off. We can put it on the back burner, but I wouldn't label it already like worst game of the year right here. Like, let's see what other games come out. You know, we still got a whole month of February. We still got Suicide Squad. What if Suicide Squad don't get it?
I think people already got Suicide Squad off. I don't think anyone's gonna give that a chance at this point because
that battle pass hurt.
Yeah,
people you shook them up.
Hearing that, I think people are already like, let's skip Suicide Squad and let's jump to these next games that are coming out.
My thing is, what if they do just as bad as Gotham Knight? That'll really mess with Rocksteady because with Gotham Knight, that when it came out, people was already, this ain't like Arkham. This ain't like Rocksteady does a better Batman game. And they ain't did, and what's it? WB Montreal ain't did a game in 20 years. You know, they only did Batman Origins. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that didn't meet expectations, but they tried to piggyback off of the Arkham, especially with the combat. Remember, they was still triangle to counter.
Yeah.
Square was the attack, circle was to do your cape move. So it was like, it was still some of the same shit, but it just, I don't know, was it graphically or the storytelling or the way they did it? It was, I can't remember.
I think it was just a lot of components.
A lot of issues, huh? Yeah. Okay.
I think it's a lot of components because
I actually liked it though.
The graphics did kind of,
it was muddy.
Seemed like it shouldn't have been on the next gen console.
Yeah, it was kind of muddy. It was kind of muddy.
And then there were frame droppings. I liked it when I think I was Nightwing. I'm, traversing and I'm looking at the buildings. I'm like, oh, damn, they did a pretty good job on the buildings until I got real close. I was like, oh, these bastards painted this.
They had to show you their artwork, man.
Don't show somebody got a major in art.
Yeah, they wanted to show off their paint skills. They let their niece or nephew up in there. Like, oh yeah, I get you in the game. Shit.
Yeah, I make it look like it's some people living here.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I think no, not I think, I know for a fact. Our Gotham Knights had a lot of flaws.
Yeah.
Which is probably why no one's giving it game of the year and no one's like saying like this is the worst game ever. Because the story was okay. I think the story could have been better. Of course, the combat could have been a lot better. But there's a game that uses a similarity as far as the
timing.
Rhythm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, I seen that game. It kind of looked like Jet Grind Radio. For those that don't know, Dreamcast and the Xbox game, Sega Genesis or Sega made it.
Yeah, when I was playing it, I was saying that, and as I continued to play it, I felt more like it played like Insomniac's game. What is that game called?
Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive.
It do got that feel.
It has
flying around. Can you grind on there?
You can't grind.
Oh, you can't do stuff like that.
But Sunset Overdrive, you can't stay still. If you stay still, you're gonna get killed.
Oh, you have to stay moving. I seen a friend of mine play it. I had Xbox, but I remember it was a rumor going that they was gonna release it on like a Sony system, but
they never got.
I ain't never. I don't think that was just a bullshit rumor.
Yeah, I think you would love Sunset Overdrive because I think that's like one of the best games Insomniac made, besides Spider-Man, of course. Yeah. But Sunset Overdrive and Hi-Fi Rush, which is made by Bethesda, which is kind of different from what they make.
And it's another only Xbox game, just like Sunset Overdrive. Let's mention that too. They play similar and they have the same damn system. Exclusively, you know what I'm saying?
True. Very true. But it reminds me so much of the old school games we would play, just with the beat rhythm.
Yeah.
Keep it secret. You
That's the
don't
timing
have
of the
to time
combat.
the beat,
Mm.
but it helps. If you do, you can do longer combos and you can do stronger hits.
Okay.
But the game is very flashy, like Jet Set Radio, and it keeps you moving like Sunset Overdrive.
Okay.
I like it. I like it. And I especially like it because it's on Game Pass.
Mm.
That's one of the biggest factors for me. It's on
Man.
Game Pass, but it's a $29.99 game on Steam. So you can play it on Windows.
Oh, it's $29.99. I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be like a AAA style game.
Oh, no, because it's really short. Like you can beat this game within 8 hours.
Oh,
So 2 days of playing it, you can complete it. I think if I would have just rushed it, I would have completed it. Like the story's cool. It's funny. The visuals are really good. There are times where they use humor, but in the right way.
okay. So the writing is really good.
Yeah.
That's why that game is overshadowing Forspoken.
I think so.
Because they, from what I've heard, they said that this was a better game. This game is gonna boost. Forspoken doing bad is gonna help Hi-Fi really reach higher heights, because that was a little bit more of a low key game. Because if you can imagine Forspoken not getting the hate that it got,
Hi-Fi Rush probably would be.
It would have got swept under the rug. But since them doing bad is gonna lift, and it's sad because it's an Xbox game. So it's like a PlayStation game. This game was kind of exclusive to PlayStation. It was on PC. It's on PC as well.
Yeah.
But it was kind of exclusive to PlayStation. It kind of hurts PlayStation in a way. Not too much, but
you know what? So I saw Forspoken in the Xbox store.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
take back what I just said.
It's a PC version. So like people who own Microsoft gamer tags, they can kind of buy the game. But is this like a foreseeable thing?
But they're not gonna buy it. Go buy that shit. We don't want this.
Hey, Microsoft, put it on Game Pass. I guarantee you it's gonna save the game. All right.
Microsoft don't want to help Square Enix. Hell,
I know, because they took off both of the Final Fantasy games for
they ain't gonna help them.
I'm just saying, look, Game Pass saved Battlefield 2042, baby.
Like do like Scar did Mufasa, grabbed his legs and threw him over. Get him out of here.
But Hi-Fi Rush, and I think what makes it better is that this game was like just thrown out there.
Yeah.
It was like they were like, here you guys go. Hey, don't forget. And it could be because Bethesda is still making Starfield, and I think this is a way to keep buzz.
Okay.
Just because we made this game,
so it's like an appetizer.
I think so. Even though these are completely two different games, because Bethesda only make RPG styles. This game has no RPG to it. It's platform.
Yeah.
It's old school Devil May Cry. You buy your weapon, you boost it, you buy your combos. There you go.
Yeah.
So
my kind of game.
It's super fun. What's that one game that came out with the Devil's Son, with the mythology? Hades.
Oh,
Hades.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a roguelike?
Yeah, but I think it rivals Hades. I think it rivals Hades. Hades was fun, but I think Hi-Fi Rush is just a little more. A little more, and it could just be the visuals that make it seem better to me.
Because Hades look like a Diablo game.
Yeah,
Top down.
Yep.
asymmetric. Top down. I always say top down.
But yeah, it's a $29.99 game. So it's not expensive, or I guess, whatever you consider to be expensive.
Right.
But as far as gaming news go, Marvel Avengers, their service will be shutting down later this year. Crystal Dynamics has confirmed in a blog post the game will receive its last official support with the patch update 2.8 on March 31st this year.
They patching it up out of here.
Yeah, so that game is going to be gone. But according to them, the game is still going to be an open service as of September 30th.
Yeah, they want to still try to make some more money. You know what they should have just did?
What?
They should have just let everybody have everything.
That's what they're going to do.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
they're gonna do.
All right.
So after the patch 2.8, they're going to pretty much just make everything free.
Oh,
so
okay.
What they're going to do is they're going to shut down the service after September 30th.
Yeah.
They're going to shut down updating it.
Okay.
They're going to shut down trying to involve new things to it.
Okay.
So after March 31st, you can get all of the cosmetics, all of the characters, except Spider-Man for Xbox and PC.
But you ain't missing nothing.
You're not.
You ain't missing nothing. That Spider-Man, nah.
Yeah.
That Spider-Man was wet and everything. He just was all over the place. He look all stiff when he swing. If you play Insomniac Spider-Man and you play this Spider-Man, you probably throw up.
Yeah, you just might
be like, yeah, this ain't where it's at.
But unfortunately, if you want to buy the game after September 30th, it's not free. You still have to pay for it. So I would say get that now and enjoy yourself.
Why they waiting so long to stop the surge? Just stop it. Ain't nobody. It's not gonna hurt nobody.
It's not.
Just stop it.
I think
last
maybe
thing
they're
you
trying to just squeeze as much out of that little.
They put a window on it. They could have just got rid of that stuff. Now they, just turn the lights off. Just turn the power out. Just let everybody have it. Let's go. Move on to something else.
Yeah.
Act like it never happened.
What they'll do is they'll keep the multiplayer service and single player services going.
Okay.
So every 2 weeks they'll just refresh everything.
That'd be some scandalous stuff if they decide to take the multiplayer off, but then still give you all the free
just
suits.
Be single player.
You're like, wait a minute, I can't play them. I got all these suits and I can't show them off.
Man, I done built my damn Iron Man.
Yeah.
Can't do this. So
that'd be scandalous.
That's gaming news for people who want to get into Marvel's Avengers. Good luck with that. But yeah, moving on. You think you got any more for Forspoken, or you think you're done with that?
No, I've said what I needed to say, and I screwed up the lady's name. If you got this far in the video, I don't remember the girl's name. It's not really helping my argument on that front. But like I said, I still played the game. I know what I'm talking about. I feel that I feel people's arguments and why they didn't like it. But I still wouldn't put it on the worst game of the year because you still had the gameplay. The combat is really solid. There are some people that complain about the combat. They feel like it's a little too crowded or it's not comfortable. Like they should have had this over here, this over there, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
I gotten used to it. Right. It's certain things that, it is a little bit like, maybe they shouldn't do it. But it's like, after you keep playing it, you'll get comfortable with it. Just like any game. Sometimes it's not always gonna just fall into your lap. Sometimes you gotta work it in, and then now you're in there. You can do the moves that you want to do different spells.
Yeah.
It's easy to switch over, easy to navigate through the different moves that she got, because when you hold I think it's R1, when you hold it, it opens up like a circle or a window, like how Spider-Man thing. He has all his little gadgets up there,
right? And
she has her spells, and then you hold L1. It's the same way as the other.
Yeah.
Then left hand, right hand, and then she got these nails that she puts on, and you can put them on either hand, and it'll give you like extra.
Like a
5% health, or make your magic cool down much shorter, you know.
Oh, okay.
Because I did that. I was like, yeah, because I be using stuff,
Yeah.
dropping mines. I put this. I call it a turret. It's like a turret, but it's a plant, and it peeks its head up and it spins and it shoots different.
Okay.
Like it
Like
shoots
spikes or
these,
something.
yeah, or whatever it's pellets or whatever it's shooting, and it's hurting the enemy. So
Okay.
when you have that, when you have the cooldown thing, it kind of make the circle move a little bit faster, so you can reuse the move.
Okay.
Because I mean, but anyway, I like Forspoken. It's all much. That's all I can really do to defend it. The combat is what sold me. You know, $70 was still steep, but a lot of these games aren't really worth $70. Hell,
No.
God of War was barely worth $70. You know, and that was like watching a damn movie, an interactive movie. But yeah, that's all I really got. I had fun with Forspoken. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. The storyline and the dialogue could have been written better. But it's like they was grabbing writers from just everywhere and kind of didn't. It's like they didn't really have them in the same room, and then even certain graphical aspects. But I think it's because I got my thing on performance and not quality. Mine's like it looks a little weird, but in my performance, it's moving. Because they ask you, yeah, when you play the game, oh, you want quality, you want performance, another thing they ask you. And I just put performance. I don't want no stuttering and all that stuff. But then the characters kind of move a little funny. When they doing certain dialogue, they move like this. Oh, so you were going over here, right? And then they'll turn over. Yes. And yeah, it's like, why are you moving like that?
Oh, no, that might just be the development.
I think that, yeah, because certain little things you catch, you be like, huh? Like, why did they do that? Like, it was a part where you're in the village, right? And it's like everybody just, like, they're just doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Because they scared something just happened. And it's like, you're the only one moving upright. And everybody just seems like they're just planted there. They're just planted in this area. They don't look like they're naturally there. It's like they just put pieces on a board and now you're just walking around those pieces. That's what it feels like. I don't know if I can explain any better than that, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not no professor on the how the graphics and all this stuff, but to me, to the eye, it don't look right. It don't look natural. Don't look natural. But like I said, the combat is what sold me in the traversal, getting around places. It didn't feel like a slug. Man, it didn't feel like I was slugging to my next destination like certain games of that RPG element system. Like certain game, like Assassin's Creed, felt like I had to get on my horse, ride over here, get on my little boat, and go over there. Or even Red Dead. I didn't play Red Dead, but I seen my son, just riding his horse or over here. You got to go over there. All that. It's cool. It's the atmosphere. It fits that, but I don't really vibe with those. I'm more of the Spider-Man where I can swing around, and you know what the other game remind me of too a little bit? Prototype.
It looks like Prototype.
Yeah, because you moving because she automatically jumps over stuff. Like she'll just flip over everything. And the guy from Prototype does the same thing. Sometimes he'll knock stuff out the way because he's strong, super strength. But he does his parkour thing. Like I said, that game remind me of Prototype, Infamous, Spider-Man in certain ways with the movement. Her movements kind of he does parkour stuff too. If you just hold the run button, he'll jump over stuff. It's a superhero game. That's how I look at it. I look at it like it's a superhero game as far as the combat goes. Yeah, dialogue could be better. Writing could be much better. Of course, there's always room for improvement. I don't know what happened, but I'm defending the combat. Combat is where it's at.
Yeah, but I don't think no one.
But that's what it's on everybody's shit list because of the story. That's what kills it. It's not that bad of a game as far as when it shouldn't ruin the whole aspect of the game. But it does. It does because the story isn't written well. Yeah. But to me, it's not that bad where you put it on that list. Because Saints Row was a horrible game.
Mechanic wise and story.
Yeah, both. Like they couldn't get neither one to land. It was glitching everywhere. Like I haven't experienced any glitches on this game. I haven't experienced any game breaking issues. The game hasn't did the thing where it just kicks you out. It didn't crash. It didn't crash on me. I had a crash on Saints Row before. Yeah. It just stops working. And then you got to re-upload it or reboot it or whatever. And But that game, I didn't have no graphical issues like that. I didn't have no glitches or nothing like that. Everything felt like, even the moves felt like it hit. Like I always do this one move where it's like a projectile. You throw, to me, it's like a grenade. You hold it, you throw it, blows up, makes a big explosion. You feel the impact. Is like dust everywhere and stuff like that. To me, is everything it feels like everything connects well. Okay. It's impactful. The melee is pretty good, even though you do the same little 3-hit combos, but you can mix it up by switching up the different spells. But the story and the writing is what kills the game off. It puts everybody like, this is trash, and it's a AAA game. That's what hurts it and puts it on people's shit list. So, it wasn't the combat. Just, to me, the combat is what sold it for me.
Yeah. So on a scale of 10, where would you leave it?
I don't really do the scale thing. I'm gonna say that the fun factor that I have for this game is I enjoyed it. Okay. I'm enjoying it now. I didn't beat it yet. I'm enjoying it now. Okay. I'm enjoying the game because it's giving me solid gameplay, and then it's not too heavy on the RPG forefront. You know, it doesn't, I've encountered an enemy that demolished me and I wasn't ready for him. You have those, but it wasn't all over the place. It didn't feel like that everywhere I went that I was getting my ass kicked because I didn't go level up. It felt like as I was progressing, I was able to take on the enemies that I was encountering. And then I did the extra initiative by going around and collecting these little glyphs. They're not glyphs. I call them glyphs because it reminds me of the Saints Row 4, which was when you was in the Matrix. You got to run around and collect these glyphs. Or better example, Dragon Ball Kakarot. You collect those things, you fly into them, and you collect these little red ones. Yeah, you take those orbs and you level up your moves. That's what she does as you're collecting all these little things. I don't know what the name of them, but you collect these little lights. I'm gonna just call them lights, and you can level up your moves. You level them up, and then it's another one. They got challenges. The challenges I don't really care for. They got it where you got to use, I get it, you got to use the move to level it up even further. So what you do is, like, say, for example, okay, do 1,000 damage with this move, but you got to hit them from behind and you got to trap them. Okay. It'd be like, little stuff like that. Those are challenges and it helps the move. But I like Forspoken. I have fun. My fun factor is up here with it. Okay. The storyline is I see what y'all talking about. I get it. But I still like the game. Yeah. I'm still rooting for it.
So
that's it.
In hindsight, he likes the game. But this has been another great show.
Hey, make sure you check out our TikToks too. I finally changed my name. It's Crossbone 99.
Okay.
Yeah, I
so
changed
no more user.
No user. No, I'm not using no more. It's Crossbone 99.
He was a computer.
My 30 days is up, and I was able to change it, so I'm good now.
So you got 30 seconds. Any other pitch you got in 30 seconds before we end the show?
No, I don't have no pictures. No pictures today. My arm is tired.
All right. Well, thank you for watching the show. Peace.
All right, peace. Ah, damn it, I lost. Oh, you're still there? Hey, why don't you check out some of these other videos we've been working on? Over here, wherever. Just check them out. Thanks.